All in love. Why would you wish down on me? I never wanna act my age. What is up, guys? Kicking this video off by cutting a big hole on the side of my panel here. I did all of this to get access to the inside welds that I have to remove in order to remove the bedside panel, like the whole assembly. It's not just the skin this time. I'm actually moving the whole side off of this, and I didn't want to crawl underneath or anything like that and be restricted with space. So once I cut this one off, I go to the backside and do the same thing. Do the same damn thing. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? But on this one, it's a little tricky because this is where most of the damage was at, and my chisel started slipping, so I just switched to my cutoff wheel and began cutting that. But yeah, like I said, I'm just cutting to get access to the welds that are in the back. If not, I would have to go under the truck, and all the weld sparks will be hitting me directly, and I don't need none of that. So this is why I'm doing this. It's just easier access. And I sped it up a little bit so I can kind of get the video going. It's a lengthy video, but the whole process is pretty badass. Switch back to my air hammer, chiseled it out with this. And bam, let's throw this elsewhere. So I'll be removing all these spot welds on the edge right here, all along the edge on the lip right here. Then the ones in here, I don't know if you can see them. Maybe right there. I don't know, maybe in the video you'll see those, and also again these right here, and the ones back here. So the process of grinding down has begun. I usually drown out the noise because it's really loud, but over here. So I made sure to count how many welds I removed so I can put the same back on when it comes back to spot welding the panel back into place. I counted them all, marked them all, and memorized them all. I grind one down and I kind of just jumped over the other ones, but I pretty much did the same thing that you saw on all the other welds I'm doing here, just grinding them down. This is why I find it essential to cut holes wherever you're going to need to get into or you need to crawl into, so you have the room to work with. It's all about room to work with, making it easier on yourself, and yeah, just having the room to work with is like key. If I would have put it on a bedstand, which I do later, I still wouldn't have the room. I'd be working underneath with my neck all out of place and everything. I just needed the room to work, and this is like the solution that I have, and this is just how I do it, and it's pretty effective. It works. There's nothing wrong with it. Some drilling was required here. I went ahead and picked up my 1/4 inch drill bit and began drilling through both pieces of the sheet metal. I didn't want to grind them down because I'm going to reuse this back piece here, so I can't damage it. And I just go ahead and I'm going to plug them up later on with my MIG welder. And I decided to cut this piece off because I didn't have access to get my panel separator in between there. Once I remove this and I cut this here, it gives me the room to hit it from every side. And I actually got tired by striking it by hand, so I just went ahead and got my air hammer and my spot weld chisel and started running through these. It's a lot faster, a lot easier. Once I removed the panel, I got my dad's help to put on a new one because this thing is pretty damn heavy. We just slide it into where it needs to be slid. We start off by getting it in on my end, then I switch with my dad and I go ahead and get it placed on his end. I get a flathead to kind of wiggle around in here to get my thing to just like kind of slide in there, which you see it there. And then I just hold it in place by putting some vice grips and some self-tapping screws. And then I just check my lines, make sure everything is good to go before I start welding, pre-fitting. And I show you guys here that I prepped my panel so I can go ahead and smash it with my spot welder. And it's just good to go now. This is pretty much it, guys. That was my first weld that you guys saw, my first spot weld. Then I just go ahead and weld all the welds that need to be welded back on there. That blue tape I put on there was to remind me how many welds I had removed and how many welds I need to place back. And that's what I did here. That's all I'm doing. That's pretty much it. The rest I plugged up and then it was off to paint. But that's pretty much it, guys. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out how it used to look versus how it looks now. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And as always, keep watching, stay tuned. Love y'all. Peace.